Right, welcome back to my channel, and this time I have decided to do a ranking of the Tomb Raider games that I have got, as well as I've been playing them, and saying, oh, there's a couple of issues with this one and that one, and I thought maybe it's best to give you a bit of advice of saying, yep, that is the dreadful one, and also getting close to the best ones that you've always enjoyed playing, as well as which ones are the top ranking of the lot. We have got 11 of those in here, and we are going to start with on the disc that I haven't got in, which is Tomb Raider Underworld. I have decided to go for this one for the very bottom of the lot, and you're probably wondering, yep, I probably agree with you. That is going to go right at the very bottom. And if you don't know why it's gone down there at the very bottom to number 11, which is where you're going to have to get her to move the right directions, as well as switching to one specific gun, or either you've only got two weapons to choose from, and where you've got your health bar in a certain position, or however it goes exactly from when I last played it, to say, well, I better stop playing that, because that's not as good than all the games there is out there, because you're probably looking at about 16 or even more than that. But I haven't been counting them all exactly, but yeah. So that's why I put that at the bottom of the list. And this is where we are going to go up, and also where I am going to put it onto the TV now. But what I'm going to do is try and get the camera to be pushed up a bit. There you go. There's all the ones in there. Also, I'm going to put the sound up, and if you can look very closely of which ones are in there, you think, ooh, there's a freaking hell of a lot in there. And you're probably wondering, oh, you play it on PS4, do you? Well, I certainly do. And also, as you can see, the square box with a white surrounding around the box, and you think, oh, is that your next rubbish one there is? I'm afraid not. Oh no, that is not going to be right at the bottom, because the next one above, which is for number 10, which is this one right here, Shadow of the Tomb Raider. I have decided to go for this one. Now, you're probably wondering, you could be right to say it's not as worse as number 11. And the specific reason for that, why I've put this at number 10, which is where you have loads and loads of skills to choose from, even though you have to do all sorts of things to keep getting skills to flicking unlock most of them, as well as some skills that need specific ones to unlock the ones that links up to 3 of the different colours there is. Because don't forget, there is orange, red, and blue. I think there is. Or there could be another one as well to make 4 in there. Can't remember the last time when I played it. But yeah, you had that issue. As well as you have, or well, I do have, is where the game says, oh, I shall slam you straight out, because when you've gone so far or get somewhere in it, and when you stop playing it for a couple of days or a couple of hours, and then what it wants to do is say about your saves. And when I'm pressing the special button if I use, what it does do, it says about the Tomb Raider service, our community available, please try again later, or visit the www.tombRaider.com, and that's where I keep getting this sort of problem, and you have to keep going into it, and it just doesn't sometimes allow you to go straight through it like that. And that's a couple of bits and pieces with that. But also there's another problem with it, is that when you get somewhere, or you might have the same problems what I have, is when I have finished the game and you be able to fast travel back and forth places, and when you know you got a load of salvage stuff to spend in the shop where you have one person to spend on what you want to spend on, and when you go to either one place where you have a person staying there, and you have another place where you have the same person that will be either in one place to the other, where you know where the stuff is and which stuff's in the right place for the best ones you really want to pay for, and the ones that's a bit crap that you don't really need, or you really want, there's only one or two that you really want, and you either haven't got enough salvage or you got plenty of it, and you get quite far from it. And then when you fast travel back to the people that sell stuff, and when you get there, oh, where's this person? I know you're around here, and you're not even flicking there. Which is the problem I have. Which is when I want to play it and get somewhere, and I think, oh yeah, I'll probably prefer something like this instead of using the same things that I keep using. And when I come to it, oi, you're not flicking there. Oi, that's not flicking fair. As well as, like I say, with the skills, where you have certain ones and you think, oh, why do I have to go for these ones, and well, I haven't got enough skills to get more skill points to be boosted up to get the ones that's really capable of doing more stuff than you really need. So that's the reason why that's down at number 10. Number 9, which is gone to Tomb Raider Legend. I've got it on PS4 now, instead of having it on Nintendo Wii. So when I used to play it on Nintendo Wii, that was that I thought, ooh, maybe there's got to be another way of playing this game on different consoles instead. And so I thought, I'll tell you what, yeah, I'll check on PS4 and see if they will be able to allow you to buy it on there. And so I did. Yeah. Instead of having two controllers, like with the analog stick, as well as the Wii controller itself, where you can just make Lara move around the place, as well as push one button with the Nintendo Wii to move her around and use the weapons to do whatever you can onto it. And so I thought, you don't want two controls, do you? To keep holding one button to do one thing, like shooting and stuff, and where you have to keep moving around and stuff. And I thought, yep, I'll better just grab a console for PS4 to play it. Now, the reason why that's up to number 9 is that most of you people think, oh, that's a kiddies game. Well, I agree with you with that. Also, it's still a good game to play with, even though you got the graphics with no, you haven't. You've got the scenes in there with a couple of people like Zip you've got there in the game that speaks to you, where you have got a couple of guns to use, but you only allow yourself to use 2 specific ones, and that's another reason why that's gone up to number 9, where you can choose to stick with your pistols, and when you have a shotgun or a gun like a gun that fires loads of bullets ballistically. But with one of those, you can probably use 60, I think, or something like that. And the other gun allows you to have about 120, something like that. But when you're having several load of enemies to kill, and they might drop the one with a shotgun or with the one with several other bullets to fire. When you pick up one of those, and you think, I don't want that shotgun, I'll go for the other one, where you have to stand beside the gun that's been dropped, and you have to push the triangle button to pick it up, and where you have to keep switching it to the whichever guns you've got, especially the pistols, where you have to keep them for good, because that's part of the game, really. And so that's the other reason why it's gone up to number 9 at the moment. Well, it's going to stay like that. As well as when you have to do several of levels that can be a bit of a pain in the bum to deal with, as well as possibly some swinging on lines and a couple of other bits and pieces in there. That's why that's gone up to number 9, which is close to getting better. As well as you're wondering what could be next. Right, well, you're gonna find out next. For number 9 is gonna be in the remasters of the old classic Tomb Raider games that has come back to life, and you're probably wondering which one could it be, because there is 3 in Tomb Raider remasters of 3 of them, because they stuck 3 in one set, which is Tomb Raider 4, 5 and 6. And so you're wondering which one could it be? Which one could it be? Right, well, it's not going to be that one. And it's not going to be that one. It's going to be Angel of Darkness. You're wondering, ooh, you're getting close to say, yeah, I agree with you. That's a bit more shit. Rubbish. Because, yeah, there's one specific reason, well, there's a couple of reasons why I put this at number 8, which is where you've got Lara to move similar on the PS2 or PS1, where you get Lara to move in a certain stupid angles and bits and ways where you can get it to not go the right directions where you want it to go. And that's one reason why I put that at number 8. As well as when you've got several load of things to pick up in certain levels, but also when you miss some items in certain levels, when you get the results of saying there's 19 of the health packs that you got to pick up, 3 of the chocolate bars, and a couple of other things like that, where it shows you certain numbers of how many you got to pick up, as well as when you think, oh, I've only picked up 6 of the let's say, for example, there's 9 chocolate bars and you've only picked up 2 of them, and think, oh, where the flick were they all hiding? And you have all that sort of stuff, as well as like the jumps for her to get to her to move the right direction. You push it and she doesn't do it. As well as there's the second level where you've got the bit where you've got to escape from the people and the gas starts to knock a breath down quite quick. As well as when you're trying to escape it and pick up all the items that you have to pick up in that level, and sometimes that can be a right pain in the bum, where I say don't like that. And also I haven't gone quite far into the game just yet, but that's the other reason why I said maybe I'll put that at number 8 for that reason. As well as you can get a couple of good weapons, I think, in there, as well as a couple of enemies that's probably freaking nasty to deal with in there. I haven't got freaking no idea what's in there at a minute, but I will get there eventually. So yeah, that's why that is at number 8. And you're wondering what could be at number 7. All right, well, I am going in to the set of 3 of the 4, 5, 6 remasters, and I'm going in to the Last Revelation. Now you're wondering, where am I going with this? From close to being the top best ones, even you're probably agreeing with me that this is even much more better than the ones that I've still got to go through yet. And I probably would have said you might think about that. It makes more sense, I suppose. But with Last Revelation and a couple of other ones I've got to go through, was that I had a bit of issues to work out where do I go with close to be the best out of the lot I've got. So I was struggling to work it out from there, and I was going round it in my head. A couple of hours and days ago I was working it out, and then couldn't work it out from where I was going. But with the stuff that's inside the levels and all the games that has certain stuff in them, was making me work out some best bits in this bit, some crap bits in that bit, some bits that's really fucking annoying, and where you can just get really fussed, get freaking angry and freaking trying to figure out how to freaking do it, and all sorts of crap stuff that's in there just to wind you up. As well as some of the stuff that's got good in there, as well as some bits that's a bit too much extreme, as well as some bits that's just got silly stuff in it. So I had to put number 7 in there. I couldn't work it out, but I did put it in there, and I thought maybe it's because I haven't got far in this one yet, because I was doing one of these 7, one of these 3 remasters, and I was doing one of those, and I thought maybe I'll get somewhere and leave this one for a little while and go to the Angel of Darkness and see how far I can get with it. And when I did do that, I thought let's try it on the remasters instead of having it on the PS2, where the memory cards was being a pain in the arse, or either the controls of moving Lara around that just didn't want to do exactly how she's supposed to do things. And I thought, I'll tell you what, go on the remasters and hopefully it'll come back, and play it on the PS4 with Angel of Darkness. And so I did, and then I thought, tell you what, I'll do the one that I'm going to mention in a little while, for specific reasons why I've left the Last Revelation alone. And so with the Last Revelation, why it's at number 7 is because I've left it for a while and I haven't got freaking no idea what's in there, as well as possibly maybe where Lara's gonna move funny, or maybe she's got some crap guns, or either where you have to set the controls in certain places for you to try and move her and move all the weapons in different buttons you can select them as, and some other bits and pieces with some other enemies that's in there that can be a right fucker to deal with. But then again, every single Tomb Raider game's got loads of enemies. It's a right fucking pain in the ass. But yeah, that's another way of putting it for why I put it at number 7. So we're going to move on to number 6, which is Tomb Raider Chronicles. And here it is. The one I was mentioning a little while ago. Now, this is where it's going to get even much more flicking better. Even more funner than the ones I have mentioned already. Now, the reason why Chronicles is at number 6 is because, one, that you've got Pierre in there, even though he should be fucking dead, but he bloody ain't. Oh no, he ain't. He's not done. He's not done. And of course, that some of the levels in this one is quite flicking fun, with using some couple of weapons that you usually use in some of the other old games, as well as when there was a couple of enemies in there that I have never been up against before. One I did. Oh yeah, that's got this in it, and that's got that in it, and it's got this and this, and where you can do all sorts of things in there. And some of the other reasons why it's at number 6 is where one bit that's annoying, just a little bit annoying, is when you grab some shotgun shells and some of the health packs and the Uzis in there. And when you pick up a certain amount and you finish a level, and I say, I'll fucking pinch everything off you. I'll take the fucking Uzis off you. I'll take the flicking guns off you. I'll take all your health packs off you. That's one other reason why it's up to number 6. As well, like I said, it's a fucking annoying. As well as there's a fair load of good levels in this thing. That's why it's up to number 6. As well as you've still got some good dogs to kill in there. And you have got one level that has got some water in there. And when you're in a little submarine thing that Lara's in, and she gets somewhere in the beach or in the water, let's say it's water, and where you got some water and you've got some guy that's in a costume or in another sub-boat thing, and you're out of your little boat and you've got a little thing for you to breathe underwater for a little while, and where he's gonna use his little boat thing to try and blow you up to pieces with a little bomb thing that he fires out of his little boat thing that he uses. That's one bit that's annoying. And where you've got some other levels that's quite fun to do in there, like the boat one that's in there. That's quite fun in there. And if you have played this game, which I'd say some of you have, I probably would have said Melly Mac has, but I'm not too sure if she has. But also she's a good Tomb Raider classic fan of the Tomb Raider games, like I am. And of course we have some other things that can be annoying, which is some bats. There are some bats where you have to keep using R2 and or either R1, where you get your settings, where you have to keep pushing that button and push your down D-pad button to make a crouch underneath and move forwards and backwards and wait for the bats to flicking sod off, because what they can do is do a lot of damage to you. And also you've got some sort of small things, small animal, whatever they are, that starts to throw some things at Lara in one level, as well as you've got a rope that where you have to do some swinging across. That can be flicking annoying in this level if you're good enough with the controls, which I'm a bit rubbish at, but it's no problem for me, even though sometimes when it does wind me up. But everybody does get wound up when things don't go their way. And there's also a dragon with 3 heads. That's quite cool. But sometimes also you might want to keep using your saves and keep saving it over and over, bit by bit on with the dragons. That's what I do. So that might be a nice little tip for you to do with that. And so now we're going to move on to number 5. And what that could be is nothing to do with Masters 4, 5 and 6, because this time we are moving up to Tomb Raider, the first 3 Tomb Raider remastered games that came back into our lives. And you're probably wondering what one of those 3 could be at number 5 that's close to being the very top favourite. And you're probably wondering, that is not my top favourite one. Why is that not your favourite to be right at the flicking top? You're thinking, no, surely not. That can't be the flicking shittest one that you've played. But there's a specific reason why that is going to be that. And also it is Tomb Raider 2 that's number 5. And also the sound's picking up a bit too high, so we'll drop that down. Now you're probably wondering, why have I put Tomb Raider 2 in number 5, close to being the top favourites out of the lot that I have got. Now, there's one reason why I put Tomb Raider 2 at number 5. Is that when you got level fucking 1. Is that where you got deaths all over the fucking place. You've got loads of it. Every bloody where. When you get a little bit further into level 1, where you've got some things to pick up, like the gems, for example, where you've got the green ones, the white ones, and the gold ones. Now, with level 1, that there is a green one. When you first pick up your first one, which is the silver one, you can pick that on, it'd be easy. But with the second one, the green one, that's a fucker to get hold of. Because when you do pick up the silver secret, and when you go down a hole where you would find some swinging disc things that's going to sling straight at you, you'll have that problem. But you'll be able to hold onto a ledge side on the left side just before you get towards where the discs are. You can shimmy across towards the hole that's right ahead for you to get there. And when you do, you will be able to turn right and run. And that's what you're going to fucking have to do because there's 2 balls that rolls and could squash you. Because after you escape the balls, you will have 2 sets of spikes coming from one side to the other side, which is the left side and the right side. And when you slide down from where those balls are, those side wall spike things will close in. And right beside those, there is a set of magnums or some Uzis in there for you to pick up. And if you ever do manage to pick those up, that'd be a fucking miracle. And when you do pick those up, or if you say, nope, I'm not fucking grabbing them, forget that crap, and just pull yourself up into a little hole before the spikes squash you. And if you do decide to skip those, or if you're very lucky to grab those bullets, that's pretty good going. But I can't, so I say fuck that. But when you do go past that, there is also some platforms on the floor that will break apart and will allow spikes to be down there, as well as you'll see some more spikes on the left hand side with a wall that will close in to stab you. So you still got that fucking problem. And when you get a bit further, you'll find your green statue with some blades that will swing left and right, and you're going to have to fucking jump straight past them fucking things. When you go past them, there'll be the statue. You have to pick that fucking thing up, and that's when you're going to find some more spikes to flick and come towards you. And you're going to have all that shit to do. And that's why I've put that at number 5 at the minute. Well, I have. And that is one reason why that's the shittest fucking bit I fucking hate. But also you can get some good weapons, like the shotgun, and the Uzis, and the Magnums, and some grenades, with a Desert Eagle gun. You got that in there, and you've got some couple of good enemies to deal with in there, which is quite freaking fantastic indeed to deal with, and some couple of other good levels in there that I've always enjoyed doing, as well as some couple of good secrets that's pretty easy to get hold of, apart from level fucking 1. Yeah, that's right, pig. And you can still pick up some keys and some other bits and pieces that's in the game. So if you played it before, you know exactly what I'm on about, what's in the game and what you can do in there. Like some backflips and everything else that Lara does. And so you got that in there. And that's why that's at Tomb Raider 2 for number 5 for me. For a bit more freaking great massive favourite. And we're at 4, 3, 2 and 1 to get to. So we're going to get to that in a minute. But also you're probably thinking, what could be number 4? Well, you'll find out, because it is the remasters. And which way would you reckon I'm going to go? Up or down? Well, I am going. But before I do that, you're probably going to think, which way would he go? And if he's going to go that way, I agree with him with that, because yeah, that's one of my favourites, and so yeah, that's got the best bits in it and everything else. So which one could it be? It's number 3. Number 3, Tomb Raider 3. And you're probably wondering, yep, I see where you're going with this, as well as some other things with Tomb Raider 3. And why I put it at number 4 is because that you've got some more fantastic levels in there, as well as you have got to choose when you finish the first set of levels in there to do, and you'll find 3 worlds in there for you to pick from. And one of them is, I think it's called, can't remember what the flicking levels are, level worlds are. One's definitely London. One's London. One is with a V word, whatever it's called. And another one, whatever it's called. And where you can choose whichever world you want to go in. And with one of those, if you remember, that when you do not do that one first, is that it will take all your weapons off you when you do bits of that world in those several other levels that there is in that one. And where it'll take the weapons off you, and you're going to have to pick up several other ones that you did have, like all the Uzis and all the shotgun powder stuff that you did have, and you have to keep picking all those back up with however how many you did have when you finish the first world of levels that's in there. And always people said always do that one first to get all what you can get back. But also with London is a right fucking pig to deal with. So I'm probably saying you might want to do that one first after you've done the one that takes all your weapons off you and all your things that you've already got. So like I say, you want to do the one that's taking all your weapons first, then either do the other one and leave London to last, because it'll be a right pig. But you can choose to get all your weapons to be taken off you first, and then do London, get that one out of the way, and do the last one, whichever one it is, and then you've got a good chance of having a lot of fun and doing what you can do in there. And possibly with the Tomb Raider 3 is that you can go to the picture thing, like this thing here. You can go into Laura's mansion house that she's got, where you have Winston in there, where you can have a little fun of shut him in the freezer. You've got that kind of thing again. That's the other bit why I put Tomb Raider 3 at number 4, because you can have fun with just keep putting in the freezer, and where you can walk around the house and do some practice stunts and stuff that's in there, as well as some of the bits in one of the levels that's in Tomb Raider 3 that can be a right fucker. Is that where you've got to choose with your quad bike that you'll have, where you're going to have to choose to take the left path or the right path, because the first level, not the first one, I think it's the second one or the third one, where you have your quad bike, and when one path will lead you to half of your secrets and some of the health packs and the Magnum bullets and other stuff, where you find half of your sets of all the items you're going to have to pick up, and the other half will be on the other path, where you have one path with your quad bike that's going to have to go down some steps or a couple of platforms, and one will just have a flat surface on the left hand side for you to drive it across where the secret is. And if you play it a load of times, you know exactly what I'm on about. And when you go from the left side, where you're going to have one other side to get back to the other side from where you saw the right side where you start to choose left or right, where you're going to have to do some jumps without using the quad bike. And that is the other reason why it's a fucker, is that you're going to have to get on the right flicking angle. You've got to jump perfectly to get back and forth to where you left the part where you can get to the exit. But like I'm thinking about saying, you can forget doing the jumps from one path when you choose the left or the right, and fuck one side and just stick to one side and pick whatever you can pick up and leave the other half of that level in there. And also you've got some monkeys in there, don't forget, and a couple of other animals you can kill in there. So that's the other couple of ideas why I'll put that at number 4. And some couple of other things that's quite fun for you to do to make, yep, Tomb Raider 3 is getting even much more better and the top favourites out of the lot. And we've got 3 more to go, and you're probably wondering what could be number 3. Right, well, you're going to find out. And you're probably thinking, which way is he going to go? Which way is he going to go? My controller seems to do something. Oh, there you go. There we go. Made a mistake. No, I am not going up. I am not going up. So where do you think I'm going to go next? Because you got 3 down here. You got the one with the Tomb Raider 1. And the other 2 that's sitting over here. Which one do you reckon it's going to be? Oh, yes. Oh, yes. It is. Rise of the Tomb Raider. Now, you're probably wondering, why is that number 3? Well, there's a couple of reasons why it's up number 3. And these are the previous new games that was been made before people decided to put the old Tomb Raider games back in to our lives. Now, first, the Crystal Dynamics people made these Tomb Raider games, and a couple of reasons why Tomb Raider Rise, the Rise of the Tomb Raider game has come up to number 3 is because with Shadow of the Tomb Raider, it's not as fucking good as Rise of the Tomb Raider. So, a couple of reasons why Rise of the Tomb Raider is up to number 3 is because it's got fucking hell of a good lot of stuff in this. And also some good couple of levels and some other bits and pieces, which I will get to in a few seconds. I'm pretty sure I left something in my thing, which is, yep, a bit of tea. Which is a bit stupid, but oh well. It's better than just have no drink at all, eh? Okay, with Rise of the Tomb Raider, why it's up to number 3 is because the best things in it is where you can have an axe to use. Also, you can have a shotgun, a rifle, a pistol, and a bow. But it's not just one bow, not one pistol, not just one shotgun, not just one rifle. There is loads and loads of them in there, where you can choose whatever you want and whenever you want. But when you go through certain bits of the game, you will be able to pick up one different gun, because you'll start with the crossbow, you'll start with the axe, but it's not going to be just one specific axe. It's going to look different to start off with. And then you've got the axe to change differently. But before that happens, I think, or does it go to that? No, it goes like that, doesn't it? Or does it go to that? No, it doesn't. Yeah, you start with. Yeah, you start with a bow. Sorry, you start with a bow, and then you start with. After that, you get an axe, but it's like a knife, for example, from some meat that's been chopped up. The person's left, and then you'll get and then you get a pistol, and then after that you'll get can't remember now, but yeah, you'll get all sorts of things. And when you do go through the game, is that you can go and grab some skill points to upgrade in your game, and there's probably about 40 or 50 in there that you can choose out of. That's a couple of other reasons why it's come up to number 3 as one of the couple of the best things in there. And you've got a couple of people in there, some good people in there. You've got Lara, and you've got Jonah in there. He's in there. And you've got Anna. You've got her in there. You've got who is he? Who the fucking hell is he? You got Constantine. He's in there. And you've got a bit of good couple of actors in there. Even though one could be a bit annoying, which I can say Anna's a bit annoying, but Constantine's twice as worse than that. And you've got that in there, and you've got some animals to kill in there. You've got a couple of good things in there, and with the with some of the levels, you've got loads and loads of places to go into. You've got loads and loads of places where you can pick up some stuff. And what I mean by that is that you can pick up some nuts and stuff. And what I mean by nuts is that you've got some spanners. Like,
it's a lot to take in.
You can go through here, and you'll have Lara looking like that. You can get her looking like that differently, like from the old classic Tomb Raider games. And you've got her in there, which is Sophia. You've got her in there.
What will you do now?
And the reason why I've come in here is to show you what's in here.
We will rebuild.
Just to give you an idea.
There is much work to be done. There are still enemies in this valley.
Yeah, loads of enemies in here.
Much to discover.
And also what you can do is press the X to skip all that. And like I say, you've got loads of stuff in here where you've got your camps to fast travel back and forth places, which is what you want to do is fast travel, and where you can go into different places where you've got you have got one to start off with over there, And you'll have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. But you'll have 13 in total, because one is the Wicked Veil, and the Wicked Veil is a right fucker to deal with, which is one reason why it's come up to number 3. And the reason why I mentioned the Wicked Veil is the part why I'm saying it's a fucker is because you could get stuck in there. And also I did put a video on my YouTube channel about the Rise of the Tomb Raider, of how to play it and everything else in there. I've done a recording for that, so you might want to check the Rise of the Tomb Raider walkthrough to give you guidance of what you can do and what's best for you to do with it. And like I say, you've got the skills that you can choose out of. There's 3 of those you can pick out of, with loads of these in here. You've got all that sort of fun bit to do. And you've got the other ones in here where you can do some stunt kills in here if you played it before. And you've got loads and loads of skills in there. And with the weapons, you've got the axe thing to do, with the upgrades you can use on it, with some salvage that you got to use with it, and where you can spend nuts, cloths and everything else. You can just grab one axe and just upgrade whatever you want, and you'll have loads and loads of outfits for Lara to wear. And that's the other couple of reasons why I've put this into number 3. And also with these, you can find Lara to wear some classic Tomb Raider outfits, like this one here, where with the Chronicles Tomb Raider game on the remasters, you can get her to look like her, and you can do that with it. And another one where you got classic Tomb Raider 2, where you can choose that with it, and you can get Lara to look like that. You can do that with it with Rise of the Tomb Raider. There's a couple of ideas why that's come to be number 3. And like I said, with the guns, you can have a pump action shotgun, you can have a break action shotgun, you can have one that is HARBINGER, whatever that is, and where you got some shotguns that allows you to have more bullets in it and other things like that in there, and where you can just get all sorts of shotguns and other weapons, like a full automatic shotgun. But with the weapons, you're going to have to find several loads of them in boxes. What you can do is quite fun with them, and where you're going to have a lockpick or just get Lara to open it. And you got those in there. You've got different rifles, like I said, like the SMG gun that just fires ballistically, and where you can use your salvage, which can be a bit annoying sometimes when you got a certain amount less of, where you can just pick up some cloths, some animals and bits and pieces for them. So like I say, some bits like this where you have to keep going back and forth. The annoying bit is where you have to keep going back and forwards, different places to kill animals and enemies, to keep picking up nuts and some other things. I'll get to that in a minute. And also you have assault rifle, bolt action rifle, you can have MILITARY rifle from a shop that you can have to pay some coins with. And Golden Fang, gun, and other pistols, like this pistol here that Lara's holding, with the word that is HAIL stream with it, that will just go bang 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 all the time. And you can use that one. You can have ACCIPITER Nox pistol and moon gun and venom hand cannon, heavy pistol, mini auto pistol, and the REVOLVER pistol. And you can have all sorts of pistols, but some pistols, if you play it a load of times, there's specific ones you can always say, yep, that one's got capabilities of doing the best out of the lot. You can have all those. You can have the bows, all sorts of ones, like GUIDNG light, and white bow, white window, if that's what it is. Even I'm going to put WIDOW. And you got Deaths BREATH, whatever it spells. And you've got Grim Weeper. And you've got ANTCIENT Hollow Bow. You've got that. And you've got compound bow. You've got that. And you've got the RECURVE bow. And you've got all those to use your animals and nuts and stuff. I'm going to get to that right now. You can do that. And like I said, with the stuff you can pick up, and you're going to have to keep doing all this, where you have to keep picking up stuff, like the cloths, the hairs, the hide, and salvage, which is the nut stuff you have to pick up, mushrooms, hardwood from tree trunks and stuff, feathers from chickens, or little baskets with those things in there. Pick up some oil, bear fat, deer, ANTLER. You're going to pick up that. You're going to have to pick up some sort of cat thing there with EXOTIC, hide, what that spells exactly. And you're going to have to pick up some stone thing. That's MAGNESTE and ORE. And you have to keep picking all that sort of stuff up. And you're going to have to pick up bear hide and some springs from people. That is TECHNICAL parts. You're going to pick up that. Some coins you can pick up in it. And some sparkly blocks as well, with CHROMITE with ORE in there as well. You have to pick all that sort of stuff. That can be a bit annoying to do. And you can do all sorts of things like that, as well as, like I say, with different areas. You're going to have to keep going back and forth places where you're going to have certain stuff that you're going to need to make some progress, to find some other bits and pieces in there. But if you played it a load of times, you know exactly what I'm on about. And you've got that in there, and a couple of other things. That's why I've decided to put Rise of the Tomb Raider at number 3. So you've got that for it. And now Tomb Raider for number 2 is, you're going to be wondering which one could it be. Well, I have decided to put Tomb Raider the one that is this one. And you're wondering, why is this at number 2? And you'll probably agree with me to have this at number 2, which is where you've got some flicking good stuff in here, where you can grab loads and loads of stuff, like as in grabbing 4 good weapons. But with Rise of the Tomb Raider, you have to grab loads of different weapons, of the shotgun and the pistols and everything else. But this Tomb Raider one is where you can have 4 good weapons, like the bow, the shotgun, the rifle, and the pistol. And you've got 4 good things in there. You can have a good fun with using some skills to get some good capabilities of doing some flicking good load of damage. That's a couple of things that's quite flicking fun to do, to make it say, yep, number 2 for the top best one has to be number 2. And you've got some good couple of actors in there, especially Jonah again. You've got that flicking great fun stuff in there. And that's a couple of ideas why I put that at number 2. You've got loads of fun people in there. You've got some different fast traveling to do, to grab some capabilities of using grabbing some more skills, as well as open up some crates to get parts of the weapons, because you're going to have to grab 11 of the 11 of the bow, 10 of the pistol, 11 of the rifle, and I think you're going to have to grab 7 or 8 for the shotgun. And you can get loads and loads of stuff to upgrade your weapons. That's a couple of fun things there to make it. Yep, that's got to be the next top best one out of the lot I've got. And where you can do all sorts of things in there, as well as loads of great couple of enemies to kill in there, which is quite fun to do. Like I say, if you have played this before, you know exactly what's in there and how the game works and everything else. And some good couple of areas that looks pretty freaking cool in there. And a couple of other things that's in there that's freaking fantastic to deal with. And that's why I'm saying that this is number 2. And of course, last of all, is number 1. Oh yes. Oh yes. Number 1 is, of course, Tomb Raider 1. Oh yes. The fantastic lot out of the lot. Every flicking single one there is. Apart from a couple other ones that's out there that I haven't got, as well as known kind of ones that's there that's just not the top range of the lot. Because most of those ones that's on like the phone, on your phone, that you can find, that's just not exactly what she actually flicking looks like in this game at all. She doesn't even look like it at all. And like I said, we've shown you on Rise of the Tomb Raider where you see her look like exactly what she actually looks like in Tomb Raider 1. Oh yes. You've always got to have Angelina Jolie exactly how she looks like. That is the top best reason why number 1 has to be Tomb Raider 1. She is Angelina Jolie. She always looks like exactly like her. And where you can always have 4 best weapons in this game. Where you've got the pistols, you've got the shotgun, you've got the the Magnums, you've got the Uzis, and where you can have the pistols that just never runs out of ammo. Never runs out. Ever. Ever runs out. With the shotgun, you can have 98 fucking bullets in this game. Depends if you use the shotgun, of course. Which is always like, you could use that, but I've always said the pistols is always the fucking top dog. So never use any freaking ammo and waste any fucking ammo. Because with the pistols, with the shotgun, the Uzis and the Magnums, is that you have a certain amount of those, and when you run out, you have to keep picking up more packets of all those in there. In this game, you have to keep picking them all up. So the pistols, you don't have to freaking pick none of them up. You just keep freaking go bang, 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 all the flicking time. And with the Magnums, there are 3,200 in there you can pick up in total. With the Uzis, there is 8,200 Uzi bullets you can use out of the whole game. And so I thought maybe never use the Uzis and just stick with the shotgun or the pistols or the Magnums and just keep using those and see how high the bullets can reach up to the Uzis to say, fucking hell, that's a hell of a lot of fucking Uzi bullets in there to use. And that's why I haven't used the Uzis to say, fucking hell, it reached up to fucking 8,200. And then leave it until I finish the game. And then when I do, take a picture of it to say, yep, freaking hell, 8,200, pretty good. And then do it again, play the game over again. And then use the Uzis, use the shotgun, and leave the Magnums until, Jesus fucking Christ, 3,200 of the fucking things. Unbelievable. You can use all of that. And with the shotgun, same thing again. With the shotgun, without using the shotgun, as well as just using the Magnums or the Uzis or the pistols, where you can grab hold of 82 bullets for the shotgun. And with the shotgun, where you can just keep picking up one packet at a time, you can have 2 bullets in one box. That's the other reason why I say Tomb Raider 1's at number 1, is that you can grab flicking just 2 shotgun shells in one box. And I can't remember how many bullets in one cylinder when you're picking up one set of those. I can't remember exactly how many you can collect out of that when you're doing that. But you can get all those and use whatever you're flicking well like in this game. And where you have a couple of good enemies in there you can kill, like the wolves. They're freaking good to kill. The bats are pretty good to kill. And with some of the enemies in this game can be a right fucking pig. As well as quite fun at times when you quite get away with it. But there is one person in this game that can be a right fucking cunt. Pierre. Oh yes, Pierre. He's a right fucking bastard. Because when you're in certain levels, and when you're trying to get somewhere, what are you fucking doing over here? And he's fucking right in your bloody way. But yeah, that's one bit of this game that can be right fucking annoying. But yeah, it's quite fucking fun to do. And also there is some things in this game is where you can think, oh, I've got some bits to grab hold of. which is like in one level that you'll find a large health pack that is quite high up. You're thinking, oh, there's one thing that's hiding from the selection slot of how many things you got to pick up. And where one of them, that when I've done it loads of times, I think, oh, I've got a couple of bits and pieces I haven't picked up in this freaking level. Oh, where the fuck are they? And when I've done a couple of times playing it and just come back on the game that can go back into the remasters and use where you can use now the R3 and L3 to bring your camera to search for things that you've never said, oh, where is that hiding? And this is the other bit of a reason why I put Tomb Raider 1 at number 1, is that you can use your camera settings to move the camera around without making Lara move, to find out where the freaking hell things are. And that's the other bit that's part that's quite fucking great in this thing, where you can just move the camera around to do some searching around things, where you can try and find things that's a bit more easy, even though it is, yeah, cheating. So, yeah, it's cheating, throw it all away. But it's quite helpful at times. But also there is a couple of traps in this thing as well to easily get away with, as well as sometimes can be a bit easy enough to sort out, but sometimes they can be a bit tricky to deal with. But you can do it. It is doable if you've got the skills, as well as playing it loads of times and know exactly what you're dealing with. And where you can pick up, well, let's say, right, with a large health pack, there's a tall thing in your way that you can't reach for your jumping, but you think there's got to be a way of getting up there, because there is a glitch. What you can do is, in one of the levels, you're going to have to get Lara to get a left arm or a right arm to get in the right place to do some jumps where you can get Lara's arm to go straight through a wall or a block. It's a yellow-white block where you can get Lara's arm to stick through it, and you have to keep that square pushed a couple of times and keep pushing it, or just keep pushing the arm, keep the square button pushed in, and just keep it pushed in, and slowly Lara will jump straight on top of it where the health pack is. But yeah, like I said, there's loads of glitches in this where you can do some quite couple of cheats and get away with things, which is quite helpful at times. And also you can pick up 3 sets of the things that's where the book is, and the picture frame that you can see at the minute, where you get to pick up 3 of those. And you can pick up those, and you can pick up some large health packs, mini health packs. And the other thing with the best game about is with this is that you can always, sometimes, don't have to use no fucking health packs whatsoever. You can do this quite easily if you've got the skills to not use no health packs, which is that you might be able to see me not use no health packs in some of the levels in my Tomb Raider 1 walkthrough on my YouTube channel that I have made for you to watch and see how you can play it if you haven't got no idea how to play it, as well as if you think, I've never played this before, I ain't got fucking no idea how to play it. And I'll tell you what, I'll have a good crack at it, and if I ever get stuck, and try and find out where all the items are, and use someone else's YouTube channel to guide you through it, and you can easily do that. So you can find this game on my YouTube channel to help you go through it if you're struggling. And with Tomb Raider 1, it's just got some great things to do, and it's the best lot out of the lot for me. And that is my ranking of all the Tomb Raider games I've got. And I hope you like the selection of all of them I've got. And I am going to allow you to make a comment that you might want to put in there, as well as put a like in there. And I hope you've enjoyed it, the review of every single of the 11 games that there is. And I shall catch you sometime on my YouTube channel with something else, like playing some other games that I might be tempted of doing. And I shall catch you again next time, and take care and enjoy your day.